Hey everyone, I'm here with Gar from ANC Games. What is ANC Games and where can people check you out?
ANC Games is a retro game store that does cards too, and people can check us out at 452 Spadina Avenue.
And you're also online as well?
Yeah, we are. We're at www.acgamesonline.com.
And on YouTube, because I know you have a YouTube channel that I follow. Yeah. I think it's great if you like watching Let's Plays or blindfolded Mike Tyson runs.
My friend Daniel, he works here. He does a lot of crazy runs here.
They're pretty nuts, like world record runs. So you cover a lot of ground. What do you have to offer here?
So we offer video game tournaments, card tournaments. We sell retro consoles here. We sell retro hard-to-find video games, as well as the new stuff too.
In terms of card gaming tournaments, what can people expect to play here at ANC Games?
We do weekly tournaments every day for different card games. Usually people come here for Magic the Gathering, as well as we do White Schwartz, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Cardfight Vanguard. Thank
you so much for letting us run the Mystery Chaos Draft 2015 here at your store.
Not a problem, Miles, anytime.
The Mystery Chaos Draft 2015 continues. In this video, you'll see the perspective of another drafter. Maybe it's the one you chose. Let's see how they did. Hello everyone, and we are back. We're gonna take a look at Frank Vanderzwet's
Frank pack
draft. I'm here with EB.
I am here.
And he opened a pack of Modern Masters.
That's pretty
saw early on, but we're gonna be able to see what his first pick was. The pick we didn't see Chris in the pack when it got to Chris.
Yeah, I hope it's juicy. Maybe you got a
it was that grape shot. Do you remember seeing that grape shot?
Yeah, I saw that grape shot.
Maybe his face falter. Did you see that?
Yeah, did he take? No, he didn't take face falter.
And this one is Test of Faith.
Test of Faith, Echoing Courage. Nope, none of these are really.
Now, what do you think Frank likes to draft? Frank, you've played against him probably more than anybody.
Four-color mess that doesn't do anything for a long time and then eventually just wins somehow. A lot of the time I look at Frank's decks and I'm like, this is terrible. But I don't know, it works for him.
Does he take...
Oh, maybe he took the Vivid Grove. Feud Color's Verdict, I don't think he took either.
I like that card, though.
Yeah, it's a good card. Dakmore Salvage.
And the Earwig Squad. Everyone's favorite Modern Master rare.
Yeah.
Earwig Squad. One of the only rares in the set that makes people go, why did I buy this pack of Modern Masters? It's worthless.
And they cry about it.
Oh, he took the Goblin Rogue.
Token. Look at this guy. No, he took the Vivid Grove. I think he took the Vivid Grove.
Because he likes playing a bunch of garbage, so he needs all the mana fixing.
He knows he needs the fixing. Because he's going to splash 3 colors.
Now, have you drafted Modern Masters before?
I have, yes. At Mark Anderson's birthday, actually.
Oh. You got invited to that, huh?
Yeah, I was. Oh, should I not have said anything? Sorry about that. Wait, what did he take?
Frank isn't good about showing his cards to the camera.
Jeez, this guy.
I think he took the Vivid Grove.
He must have. Now he's looking at Ravnica and wondering, what do I take here? Not this land. Because he didn't take it.
Let's get back to this Mark Anderson birthday thing.
You
got an invite by the mail or by phone?
I probably shouldn't say.
Because if it was by the mail, I mean, mine probably just got lost.
Yeah, maybe. It was a telegram. It was a singing telegram. Somebody came to the door. You're invited to a birthday. Da, 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 da. I was like, wow, Mark, you really pulled out all the stops for your 75th birthday.
He's an old man.
He's very old. I think he's going to take this Torpid Moloch.
Ooh, that's really good. Selesnya
Evangel? That was one of the good cards in like triple Ravnica draft, if I remember.
Yeah, I think that's really good.
Why would he take the Farseek here? That seems like a good
I think that he knows also there's a pack of Judgment in this round. So if he gets into green-white, and also he knows that Khans Tarkir is in this, and green-white-black is...
Abzan for green-white, yeah. There he is, he took it.
I thought he was going to take that Watery Grave for sure. Well, I mean, I didn't, because I know we saw that last draft, but... Ooh, Phantom Tiger.
He's liking that. There's the Croson.
That was one of my favorite cards in Judgment Draft.
Yeah. Phantom Tiger. It's just really cool having a creature that, auto regenerates, doesn't die to the damage.
Yep. And, if there's no Phantom Centaur in the pack, I want that Phantom Tiger.
That's right. You take the little one.
Plus, maybe you table that Crescent Verge.
It's an easy one to table, I'd say. So is Frank going for some sort of green-white plan here? He put the Crescent Verge to the front, so he's considering it. He's looking at some of that red.
I think that that Frank doesn't know what Frank's doing. And I think that's his greatest strength and greatest fault.
That's true.
All wrapped into one very
But you know what?
tall...
It's perfectly fair. A couple packs in, you're looking at your third pick or whatever. You don't really have to feel too locked in. I think that's actually a problem for some players, where, they've taken a couple cards and they suddenly don't see all the other cards just because it's a different color or whatever it is. And that sometimes isn't a good plan.
We did see in the Mark Anderson vote video, or in the vote video, Mark Anderson said that what he was going to try and do. Did he take a Sutured Ghoul there?
No, I don't think he did.
He took a black card, though.
Huh.
Frank is just going through these picks so fast, it's hard to tell what he's taking.
Well, he takes the pick suddenly, right? So if we go on a tangent, we might miss it. There he is. He's looking at that Kestrel. Some sort of bird. Blue card.
Oh, I think he took Filth.
Filth. Oh, is that the one that gives
Swamp Walk?
Swamp Walk when it's in the graveyard?
And then he just made another pick.
Just slammed something down. Stop distracting me. I'm trying to watch what Frank is doing. We're missing it. It's all in the blink of an eye.
Because Frank makes it look like he's going to do something, and then he takes a card from the back of the pack. He's just trying to mess with us, man. Frank.
Wait, so he didn't take the Vivid Grove. So this pack comes back, and that's not what he took.
That's wild. Frank's just taking a whole bunch of mystery cards. It is a mystery chaos draft, so...
Yeah, that's Frank's middle name. Mystery Chaos.
Tall Frank Mystery Chaos Vanderzwet.
Yep.
We got an Earwig Squad, or... Oh, he took everything.
He took the entire pack.
Oh, he had a Filth. See, he did have Filth.
Okay, he did take Filth.
He's just taking a bunch of Filth.
This guy and his Filth.
Ooh, Frank.
Face Vaulter versus Earwig Squad.
Now I'm paying so much attention.
Yeah, because you know that...
I know it's just going to happen in a second.
We'll miss
you
it.
Blink and he's picked.
Oh,
there's the Vivid.
There's the Vivid.
That's what he always does. He reads one card as he's picking another one. That's his trick. That's how he gets us.
Misdirection.
Yeah.
That's what David Copperfield does.
David Copperfield's made a living off it. Oh, Watery Grave is gone here. For sure.
That's what Frank takes?
Yeah.
Alright. He's not going to take this dude up here, this brown scale, Golgari brown scale?
No. But he's definitely going to read it before he slams that Watery Grave. Oh, yeah, let's read this green card. Oh, he took the Feud
Killer's Verdict. I thought we
and
saw
then
that when...
the Cloud... the Cloud
Kestrel.
Yeah.
That's the enchantment destroying.
Yeah, it's the 1 and 2 white, 2/2 flyer, and then you pay a white and destroy an enchantment, gain 20 life, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Made it past a few people.
Brown scale... No. Watery Grave.
Let me read this Watery Grave.
There you go.
And I think he put Filth back in the pack.
Oh, that's how he does it.
Every card is like a Cogwork librarian. Alright, so we got a Centaur, and we got a bird.
What's he going to do? Take that little 1/1 flying bird?
Or a Sutured Ghoul.
Well...
I've played this card in Limited before, and let me tell you, it is not easy.
I mean, it's expensive, and then in and of itself, it then requires you to have all these creatures in the graveyard.
It's just a big, giant trampling dude, and if it gets bounced, it's basically like they killed it.
Yeah.
Because you're never playing it again.
Yep. Or you play it as a 1/1, removing your Suntail Hawk.
yeah, exactly.
Take the Suntail Hawk, Frank. Don't take the Sutured Ghoul. Or at least he'll read the Sutured Ghoul and flip the Suntail Hawk into his pool.
Would you rather play in a finals against Frank or Mark?
I would rather play against Mark.
Really?
Yeah.
And he is like a former pro player.
Yeah, Mark's an excellent player, but I feel like, I don't know, Frank is just like, he's so all over the place sometimes, and my track record is not good against Frank, so I would just, not to say it's great against Mark either, but I think I would just rather play against Mark.
Do you feel more satisfied if you lose to Mark than Frank?
I wouldn't say I feel satisfied losing to either of them, but Frank is just like, I don't know, you think you're winning or you think something's going on and then it's almost the complete opposite and then you lose. It's just a weird feeling.
Do you have like a bad taste in your mouth when it's over?
Oh yeah.
Alright, he took this Spell Shaper that is a 2/2 for 2 and a black, and you can pay 2 and a black and tap to discard a card, and each opponent loses 2 life and he gains life equal to the life losses.
Oh my god, how many cards is that? That's one card?
Yeah, he took that Earwig Squad, finally.
You have to champion a goblin to do that though, right? To play.
Yeah, but he's playing black, right?
Oh.
He's got to champion or maybe he's just trying to get in the graveyard so he can exile it with Sutured Ghoul.
No, maybe.
Maybe that's the plan.
That's not the worst plan I've ever heard.
Alright, so there's a lot of cards left here in this Ravnica pack. Did you draft any Ravnica when it was out?
Yeah, I did, definitely.
That was the set where Mark got his groove back. That's when he started playing in a lot more GPs and...
In original Ravnica?
And then got that DCI rating up, yeah. Didn't know if you knew that Mark Anderson fact.
I did not.
Do you know what that card is?
Induced Paranoia?
Or Induced Paranoia.
It's like a counter spell, and then you can mill or something like that?
He took the artifact.
Okay.
That's all I could see.
It was some kind of artifact. It was like bubbly staff. Staff of Bubbles.
It's Voyager Staff. It's
Voyager
staff. Colorless, and then you pay 2 and sack it to remove target creature from the game and return it into play.
A blink
just blinked
staff?
it. Yeah, it's a colorless, and then 2 and exile it to blink. And the rest go.
Ugh.
Contest online. So I don't know what kind of synergies he's going for here. I definitely would take Willbender at this point.
Yeah, Willbender. It's a morph, and then you just need a single blue to flip it.
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right.
1 in a blue.
Yeah, finally we get... Oh, and he took that...
Centaur. Green Centaur.
So we're playing green, white, black. Which is, I think, what Frank wants to be in.
Yeah.
And a Willbender. That makes sense.
Okay. Oh, no, not the Willbender. Yeah,
no,
yes,
but the Willbender.
He's got to go back and forth a couple times. Take that Face Vaulter.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh.
No?
But you want to take it. You got to champion a goblin. You're not playing. Red's the only color you're not playing.
And then there you go. Your green-black guy.
Alright. So we're looking at green, white, black, blue with a goblin something.
Yeah. Frank's on course. That's a Frank deck.
Frank's on course. Alright, so we got
some more zombies.
Ghastly Remains is the rare. It's got a lot of text.
Does a bunch of things.
Let's see what it does.
Does it have morph? It unmorphs for like 3 black or something? Or if a zombie dies, you get 3 black. And then you have to put 2 cards from the bottom of your library into your graveyard, and then...
You're just making things up. I remember Dripping Dead was one of the worst cards in the set.
Yeah, it's awful. It has cool looking art, but...
It can't block, it's 6 mana, 4/1. Whenever it deals combat damage to a creature, destroy that creature, can't be regenerated. So not even...
And it's a 4/1. It's just
touch.
A die anyway.
So Ghastly Remains is 3 black, 0/0, amplify 1. So you have to reveal zombies.
Oh, okay.
When you cast it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if it's in your graveyard, you can pay triple black to return it to your hand.
Okay.
So really not good unless you have a big zombie sub-theme.
Well, Frank's still checking out all the cards. Has to figure out what to take.
So he's looking at that Stonewood Invoker. It's Grizzly Bears, and then for 7 and a green, it gets +5/+5 till end of turn.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. I remember those from Onslaught Block Limited, and you could definitely make do.
And then, there's a nice one. Skin Thinner.
Yeah, that's got to be the pick. Skin Thinner is the best card.
Yeah. And then you could table that Amplify rare.
Yeah.
You got Sutured Ghoul, and you got Skin Thinner. It's funny, we saw Chris Ha... Oh, he's going to take... Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw Chris Hott draft goblins last video, and now this video we're watching
zombies.
Frank draft zombies.
Oh, here's the Visions pack.
And now Matt Mealing's trying to throw Frank off by tossing beads at
him. I approve of that tactic. I think it's the sort of thing that one has to do when you're drafting with Frank. You got to keep him
on his toes. So we're taking a look at Visions, your favorite set of all time.
All time.
Would you really say that?
I don't know if I'd say that, but it's definitely one of my favorites.
Do you think is Mirage? Do you like Mirage more?
No, I like Visions more than Mirage.
So he's looking at Ophiomancer? Ovinomancer. It's 2 and a blue, 0/1, and when it comes into play, return 3 basic lands you control to your owner's hand. Or bury him. And then you tap him, return him to your hand, bury target creature, and put a sheep token in play. That's 0/1.
And look at that art. That dude's all turned into a sheep in the background.
Wow, this card is not bad at all, this Ovinomancer.
No, it's removal, right?
There's a lot of ifs involved with it, but
that's
not
true.
Bad. Feral Instinct's pretty good too. It's 1 and a green. It's a pump spell, gives a creature +1/+1, and then at the draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at a lot of cards because he can still play pretty much any color. He does have that Ovinomancer on the top of the pile though. An Undiscovered Paradise.
That's one of my favorite cards from this set. A very, very cool 5-color land.
So it taps for any color, which is something that Frank is definitely looking for with this monstrosity that he's building. And then at the beginning of your next untap phase, you return it to your hand. That card's not bad at all.
No, not at all.
Do people play this card in, like, Vintage?
I think it pops up in Legacy sometimes, and maybe, probably not Vintage. But I think it's cube-worthy. It's the type of card you can put into your cube as a 5-color land.
So if the person who drafts Undiscovered Paradise doesn't win this whole thing, and
then they were using it wrong. That's all.
Do you think whoever ends up with the Undiscovered Paradise should put it in their cube?
Yeah, I think so. It's again a really cool land in that it doesn't come into play tapped, right? It comes into play untapped, taps for any color of mana, and then it just happens to bounce back to your hand during your upkeep if you used it. And then keep in mind, if you've got landfall in your cube, right?
Yeah.
With the... what's it called? Lotus Cobra? Or... what else is landfall? Avenger of Zendikar? Stuff like that?
Maybe you have Obnixilis?
Obnixilis?
Now we're looking at a conspiracy here. He's got that ring of the Black Rose.
You have an
What does that even do?
It looks like there's a lot of text on it.
Let me check it out.
If you could just pull that up on your 3D monitor.
All those effects.
It's weird the sound doesn't work and you have to make it yourself. That's
Well, it's will of the council. Starting with you, each player votes for sickness or psychosis. If sickness gets more votes, creatures your opponents control get -2/-2 until end of turn. If psychosis gets more votes or is tied, then each opponent discards 2 cards. So it's either a massacre or a stupor, I guess.
But it's just a 2-player game, right? So it's whatever...
It's whatever you want it to be? Or no?
No, it's whatever the tied one is.
Yeah.
So it's
just
just
the discard.
It's like Mind Rot. For
you almost never get the
-3 and a black,
-2.
yeah.
That's actually kind of bad. It's not a good card.
Yeah, it's not great. The compulsive research isn't bad, though.
Yeah, compulsive research is just an excellent card all around. And if that's what Frank is considering...
Oh, he's looking at this parlay guy. This guy is a 3 and a green 2/2, and everybody flips the top card of their library.
Yeah.
And then puts it in their hand. For every land that's flipped this way, it gets a +1/+1 counter.
For each non-land card revealed this way,
for each
put a
non-land.
+1/+1.
They could do that as well. There's also a Tragic Slip, which I think is probably the best card in the pack.
that's and it's black. I mean, it's removal.
Oh, but he took the Plane Cycler.
He took the Plane Cycler. What? The Noble Templar?
Yeah.
That's such an odd pick.
And we're on to Tarkir. So there's an Abzan Ascendancy. He's playing every color, so except for red.
Except for red, so... And, I don't know, Abzan Ascendancy I just don't even really like that much.
It can be pretty good.
When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on something. When
On
a
all of your
non-token
creatures.
Oh, on each creature you control.
Yeah.
I see. Non-token dies, 1/1 spirit with flying. Yeah, that's not bad. It's better than I gave it credit for, I guess.
I think it actually is maybe the best ascendancy for limited. Because it's better than Jeskai Ascendancy for limited, I think.
Yeah, but is it better than Temur Ascendancy?
What does that one do?
I don't
All
remember.
your creatures gain haste, and I think it has that Grook's Pack Leader ability. When a creature with power 4 or greater comes into play, you can draw a card.
I guess so. My biggest critique of Khan's block is that every card seems to do a million things.
He took the 3 and a black for a 3/3, 1 and a white, gets first strike till end of turn.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a generally good creature. You think that everything in Khan's block does a million things? I disagree.
It feels like there's so many cards that are just a whole bunch of abilities stapled together, and then you choose this or that. Or...
You know you're talking about my favorite set, right?
I know, it's garbage.
It's the best set of all time.
It's not.
I'm not even kidding.
I know you love it.
It's my favorite set.
That's why you're blinded to how garbage it is.
Look at this. Look at all these slivers. There's the 3 and a white. Is that all slivers you control gain protection from a color?
No.
Well,
What does that sliver do?
He took it.
He did?
Took that white sliver.
Right. I wish we knew cards better.
I know. That's the problem. When it comes into play, I was right. 4 and a white, 2/2. When it comes into play, choose a color. All slivers have protection from that color.
Well, look at that.
Look at me. I know cards. Undiscovered Paradise is still going around. I think that's just a mistake. I mean, we know what Chris Hawes playing. He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it, but Frank could sure use it.
But pretty much anybody else, I could like.
Yeah, over Ovinomancer probably.
All right, we got the 4/2. We got a 4/3 for 4 and a black. And we've got that Whisper Gear Sneak. Now, if you were in this draft, you saw that sealed revised pack sitting there. And, oh wow, Tragic Slip came back to him. That's crazy.
How did he table that? Okay.
How early would you take that Whisper Gear Sneak just to open a pack or revised, but not...
I wouldn't bother with it. I know how much junk there is in revised, so I just...
But when you want to relive that experience, he got a black-white Gain of Life, comes into play, tap land. Okay. Which is pretty good for him.
Yeah, that's very good for him, actually. Yeah, I probably wouldn't take it very highly. I wouldn't bother.
Oh, you got that Ovinomancer.
Instead of the Undiscovered Paradise.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you could just
What do
cut
you think
blue.
about this deck?
I don't know.
How would you be unhappy with your draft if that's the pile you had?
No, I don't think I would say unhappy, because I think the colors are decent and he has a lot of playables. So I wouldn't be too unhappy, but...
The colors are decent. He's playing 4 colors.
Well, what I mean is he's pretty solidified into black and green. And it seems like he's dipping white, he's dipping blue.
He's got like
leaving
a
himself
couple
flexible.
double white cards, right?
Yeah, but Frank leaves himself flexible. That's what he's doing, right? He's taking a whole bunch of cards, and then his deck building process is going to be difficult because he's going to have to figure a lot of things out. And then while playing it, it's probably also going to be a little bit difficult because he has to figure out a lot. So that's just the way he seems to play. But I wouldn't be disappointed with what he's running.
Oh, I think he's going to get into red, maybe.
Bit late for that, Frank.
Slams it.
Done.
The 4/1 provoke guy.
He just knows he's not playing the rest of that crap. He's not into it.
And he's reading red. I didn't read that red part before. All right, now it's time to take the under.
Jeez.
When you draft
no respect. Oh, puts it back. Oh, no, all right. He's just letting us know. All right, Frank's acknowledging that we yelled at him before.
Yeah. I think that he knew we were shouting. Why isn't he taking that? Why isn't he taking that? Oh, now he was showing that red card. Like, oh, he's gonna jump into red. So your opponents discard 2 cards for 3 and a black.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I wouldn't play it. I would be much happier playing that 4/3.
Is that cog thing still in there?
Yeah.
That's what now you could take it, right?
Oh, he took that 3 and a black, your opponent discards 2 cards over the 4/3 for 4 and a black.
Yes, he did.
That's a zombie.
Yep. I wouldn't have done that, but...
It's one of the only creatures he can't kill with that skin thinner.
Yeah.
He took the black wall from Tarkir.
He can play any of these cards.
But would he want to? That's the question. I wouldn't play Defiant Elf if you paid me.
It's so defiant.
I don't want to play any of these cards.
I'd
maybe take the zombie rare, just so I have something that I'm playing for. Some big money.
Big money, 25 cents.
You could trade that for 10 cents at any reputable dealer at any GP.
Even less. Less than the 25 cents I said.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
But I'm talking about a guarantee, sir. You're talking about maybe Kijiji. You gotta work the community to see if you can get a quarter out of that card. But he ended up taking the Dripping Dead, which is the card I saw the most frequent last pick I remember seeing
from
in Legions.
Onslaught block. Yeah. It's because nobody wants to play that. It's going to die to any 1/1, and it has Death Touch. Ooh, okay.
It doesn't have Death Touch. It's bad Death Touch. It's combat damage to a creature. So you can't even like trick it. Oh, you got that last pick. That's way better than Dripping Dead.
Pack 3.
Unhinged.
What a weird looking pack. It looks like it's covered in paper.
It does. I do like the set a lot. Did you ever draft or play any limited just Unhinged?
I remember you were buying a lot of it and loved it.
Silly?
Yeah. They don't feel like real Magic cards to me, so I ignore them.
Uh-oh, Shoe Tree. 4 and a green, 3/3. And then it gets a +1. It gets +1/+1 for each shoe on it.
Each shoe on it?
Yeah.
Like you take off your shoe and put it on it? Jeez.
Artful Looter. So that is 2 and a blue, and you tap it and draw a card and discard a card. And then when you play a card that's by an artist,
by the same artist as one that's already in play or something?
Yeah, untap it, yeah. And there's Farewell to Arms. Let's see if we can pull these cards up on your 3D monitor again.
On my Digimonitor.
Alright, so we got Farewell to Arms. It's 1 and 2 black. It's an enchantment. When it comes into play, choose a hand attached to an opponent's arm. When the chosen hand isn't behind its owner's back, sacrifice Farewell to Arms. If you do so, that player discards his or her hand of cards.
Whew.
So they have to play with their hand behind their back. Then there's supersized 1 and a green. Target creature gets +3.5, +3.5. Flassify. That's pretty good, actually. 2 and a blue, counter target spell unless its controller plays 3.5. And then Badass, 2 and 2 black, 3.5, 1. 1 and a black, growl, and regenerate it. That's not bad.
Growl. Okay. And it's 3
and a half.
3.5, 1.
And then face to face, we spoke about it in the other video. It's the rock paper scissors.
5 damage if you win the rock paper scissors match.
Yeah. And then working stiff, where you it's a grizzly bears and keep your arms out. Now here's an interesting card. Symbol status in a chaos draft.
Oh.
You put it's 2 and 2 green sorcery, and you get a 1/1 expansion symbol creature token into play for each different expansion symbol among permanents you control. There are a lot of different expansion symbols going around.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. And just like you said, it's very interesting in the Chaos Draft because this is its best format. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, you found the format All-Star.
Yeah.
Something that actually benefits from having all these different parts.
Oh, and... Well,
ooh.
You know what? I don't...
Foil Island.
Frank is asking if they all come like that. Frank doesn't know that there's anything special about that island. He might think that all unhinged islands are foiled. Because he doesn't play a lot of Magic, and he definitely... One thing that Frank definitely doesn't do is pay attention to the cost
to prices
of cards. He has no idea what anything's worth.
Honestly, I would say myself as well. I would have just passed that island. I wouldn't have known.
You think so?
Yeah, I wouldn't have known.
I would not be the response.
It's just not the sort of thing I pay attention to. And I've seen a lot of those. And I thought they were maybe like $10 is what I would have said.
Do you know how much a foiled Zendikar island is?
$10?
It's like, I think it's like 30 or 40.
30 or 40. Jeez.
That's crazy. You gonna pimp out all the lands in your EDH deck?
Yeah.
Foiled Unhinged?
Sure. No, my favorite lands are still unglued lands.
He grabbed that simple status. I think he's got to do it. But I don't know if he's got the double green to pay for all this.
Yeah, he's very heavily black and maybe green.
And
I'm
white.
surprised he didn't take the Massacre himself. Like, that...
Oh, because, we saw it in the Chris Ha draft going around.
Keeps going around. But
he's so heavy black, you would think that...
You would think it makes sense.
And there's the Vice Lane, Belby's Portal, Seal of Strength. Lots of good cards, I think, for Nemesis pack. Nemesis, do you know what the most expensive card Nemesis is?
In Nemesis?
It's a foil. What the most expensive foil you could open is?
Days.
Yep.
Okay.
It's $110.
Whew. I had a foil Days. I got it from a pack.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You opened it?
I don't remember who ended up with it, but I definitely traded it at some point because I think people were pursuing me for it. They were like, "Hey, are you trading that Days?" And I was like, "This Days?"
No wonder. It's a pretty sad state of affairs when the most expensive card from your set is a common.
Is a common? Yeah, but Days it's all about playability, right? So it makes sense. It's just that whole block, like, I mean, Prophecy is the worst, obviously.
Yeah.
What, can you even remember any playable card from Prophecy?
Avatar. Whoa.
Nope. Not even that. Nobody plays that.
Yeah, well, I mean, nobody played any card from that set.
Nope.
Which I'm sure is the point you were trying to make.
That is the point I was making. It's a good thing you didn't get a Prophecy pack for these guys.
Yep. So far, I've never given in a mystery cast draft. I've never given somebody a pack of Fallen Empires or Prophecy. I'm saving that for next year.
Yeah.
When you make a comeback, that's when
Those
Fallen
will be the
Empires.
ones I get to open.
Yeah.
He's thinking about the Massacre.
What is the alternate payment?
If you control a swamp and they control a plains, it's free.
It's free, and it's otherwise it's
2
instant?
colorless, black.
Instant?
Yeah.
All creatures get -2/-2.
I think it's an instant, but I have to double check.
Is it just your opponents?
It's not. It's a sorcery. No, all creatures.
Alright. So it's like Infest or Drown in Sorrow.
Yeah. It's just a matter of if it's free if they have a plains and you have a swamp. So that's what kind of makes it a little bit better. But it's still just a game. One of those mini rats. Pay 4 and -2.
He's looking at this white creature, I think.
Some sort of...
Sacrifice it to...
It's Lightbringer. 2/2, sack it, remove target black creature from the game. Tap and remove. That's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's really good. Especially against him.
Yeah, that's probably what he was considering.
So there's a Fling, which he's considering. There's this Dream Prowler.
Core dudes.
Oh, a Shade. And you know Frank loves his Shades like no one else. He was crushing with Shades in the first KS draft that he actually ended up winning. You might remember that.
Yeah, I do.
What about Lab Rats? What do you think about Lab Rats? I know it's a cute card.
I don't know what I think about Lab Rats. What do they do again?
It's like 1 black mana, instant, or sorcery. You get a 1/1 Lab Rat, buy back 5.
Oh, okay. It's not a creature, it's makes the rats. It's the lab that makes the rats.
I don't think that's what a lab rat is. I don't think.
No?
It was made in a lab. Well, I guess it could have been made in a lab.
Lab rats. Maybe it's like a fusion, like a dog.
A
and
Labrador rat. I knew you were going there.
Of course. It's like a lab with a whole bunch of rat heads instead of 1 dog head. It's like 8 rat heads.
Did he make a pick, or is he just looking at his picks now?
He's looking at his picks, but I'm not sure that he made a pick out of that pack.
Oh, it's a sorcery,
yeah.
But it's buyback 4 instead of 5.
So it's total 5, you get a 1/1, and it's back
rat, black rat.
Meh.
There's also a Victual Sliver in this pack, I think, as well. And it's a green and a white 2/2. Each sliver gains 2, sack it, gain 4 life. Which is not bad.
No, it's not bad. Even just as is for that card.
Yeah.
So Frank's just looking through all his cards.
Did you ever have a sliver deck?
In
Most people built sliver decks at some point in their life. It was hard to see. Frank's arm was in the way. It's tough. We tell these guys that. Yeah. Okay, so he's straight.
He's framing up. It's like he heard you. All right, Frank. Take that.
Rocket launcher and a Howl from Beyond.
Rocket launcher. Be nice to have Howl from Beyond and Fling. Howl from Beyond and Fling, and then Fling.
Except you have to use mana for Fling, so you can't Howl from Beyond as much as you'd want.
Yeah, but the 2 mana from the Fling is now doubling up, so...
Unless you have that Mox Lotus in play, am I right? Oh, he's going to raise dead.
Not everything is around Mox Lotus. Actually, maybe he is going to take that raise dead.
Do you remember back in the day, mid-90s, mid to late 90s, every black deck I had 2 or 3 raised deads in it.
Because that's what black does, right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to have them in it. Get your cards
And now, back. Raised dead needs to be on a 2/2 creature for it to be playable, even in limited.
Yeah.
Raised dead, it's gotten to the point where there's a card now, it's 2 and a black, instant. Put any number of creatures on top of your library, draw a card.
Yeah, that's right.
And that card is okay.
That's also not really that playable.
Yeah. He took the raised dead, though. I would have taken the Howl from Beyond. I don't mind Howl from Beyond.
Howl from Beyond is pretty good. It's a sorcery, so you can't do it as a trick, but...
Oh, I thought it was an instant.
No, it's a sorcery.
Oh, okay. Well, it sucks then. Count me out from the Howl from Beyond camp. Not interested.
Did he take... Oh, no, it's an instant. I was wrong. It is an instant.
You've been playing it poorly, sir.
Oh, geez.
How many games could you have won had you known that?
Well, what can you do?
He's considering standing army or badass. I think Frank's a bit of a badass.
Frank, take that badass.
And it looks really cool, right? And it's also a zombie, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it looks like a zombie.
It's a zombie donkey.
It's a donkey. Oh, we've got the Spell Shaper in Nemesis is still around. It's 1 and a black for a 1/1. You pay a black and tap it, and you discard a card from your hand, and target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn.
Only -1/-1?
Yeah, it's a common.
Yeah. Guess it's
not
okay.
interested.
I guess it's all
You would take that one of the seals, right? If you're Frank.
Yeah, I'd probably take a seal. He's gonna take a seal of strength. He's gonna do it.
What's your favorite seal song?
Kiss from a Rose?
Yeah, okay. That's enough.
Can I name another seal song? Probably not.
Oh, that sliver came back to him. And the shade. And a mulch.
Oh, look at that. He popped the shade right to the front. He's going to take it. I can feel it.
I love 5-color shade decks.
Come on, Frank. Do the right
thing.
thing.
Considering this mulch.
Does he benefit from putting things in his graveyard? Sutured Ghoul?
He benefits from trying to find lands.
That's true. Maybe he should just take the mulch.
What do you think of the new ANC Games? The play space and the
Oh, I thought
tables?
It was pretty good. I was pretty impressed. The location was pretty big.
And now that they've opened up the second room just for gaming?
Yeah, see, I haven't even seen that second room.
Yeah.
But it's a good location, too. Very central in Toronto.
Oh man, this is a tough pick. The Sliver or the Nomad Encore? Did all the Encore do the exact same thing?
Where they redirect damage? Yeah.
I remember there used to be he took the Sliver.
He slivered up.
No?
No, he didn't.
It's not like he took the mulch. Because, do you know why? It's not like the new slivers, right? It's any sliver gets that ability, even your opponent's slivers. And there's a lot of slivers going around in this draft.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I didn't really think about that.
And it's colorless mana that you can use to sack the sliver. Lance
is so bad. Enchanted creature gets first strike?
Mm-hmm.
Blech.
And Sacrifice is 1 black, sack a creature and add mana to its casting cost to your mana pool.
Is it colorless or black?
I think it's colorless.
It's probably colorless.
Mox Lotus is still in the
black mana.
Oh, it's black mana.
And
That's
it's an interrupt.
Oh, geez, that's fast. That's so fast I haven't even seen it in a long time.
It's so fast it isn't even in Magic anymore. It just accelerated into a different game.
He took the working stiff, so if he decides to play working stiff, he's got to keep his arms straight as long as it's in play.
That means he's going to be like... His arms are going to be on the opponent's shoulders.
At this point, would you take the Massacre?
I would take the Massacre probably a few picks ago, but...
No, spell
leave it in there. Alright.
Apparently Massacre is the worst. Why would you ever want to play that?
I don't know. Maybe people don't like the picture.
It's got the Nomad and Core there.
Is he going to take Lab Rats now?
No, he already took a pick from this pack.
Oh, okay.
He's not going to take another one. Or else this commentary is going to get awkward.
Yeah. Not awkward. I'm just going to call him out on it. I'll be like, you cheater, Frank. We knew it. We always knew.
Frank Vanderzwet?
That's how you pronounced it.
Oh, here you go. He took the Swamp. That was actually a pretty quick pick. He knew what to take there.
He did. He didn't mess around.
He got last pick, little girl. No, it's not last pick yet. I can see that.
There you go.
There. Thanks, Frank. The little girl, and we have Farewell to Arms. Would you play Farewell to Arms?
Yeah, I would.
And force
that's the one that mind twists if they... Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm...
But it does nothing if they just play with one hand behind their back.
That's true. But it mind twists if they don't. For full, right?
Yeah. And would you, like, start tickling their nose, or
just try to make them forget about it.
Yeah.
If let's say they're holding their hand, the cards in their hand.
Try to get them to point to something on the table.
You point at something and you go, wait a second, if this and this, and then they go, no, wait, but the... And you got them.
I like your voice of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing.
It's that's the sucker. Sucker born every day.
That looks like the draft. We gotta look at Frank's picks.
Quite a pile he's got there.
Do you think he's got a shot?
Yeah, I suppose so. I can't say I'm very impressed with the deck overall, but he had a chance.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
All right, see ya.